Hassan, and I am a student of Rehan School Lahore campus, level 1 student batch 4, and I belong from Lahore, Pakistan. So this is my short introduction. So hello Miles and hello everyone.
Walaikum assalam. Great to have you and the whole crew tuning in. What's the move for today's session?
Okay, first of all, I will repeat my new topic. Today my topic is role of innovation in growth. How innovation drives success in 2026.
It's a heavy hitter topic. Sounds like we're looking at the bigger picture of how things actually move forward these days. Where do you want to start?
Okay, first of all, we will start with basic questions. So, first of all, today my first question is, what is innovation in growth?
Basically, it's when you stop doing things the way they've always been done and find a better, faster, or smarter way to get results. In the context of growth, it's not just about a cool new gadget, it's about using those new ideas to actually scale a business or improve a society. It's the engine that takes you from just surviving to actually leading the pack.
Okay,
You feel that? That's the difference between just keeping the lights on and actually building something that people can't ignore. Ready for the next one?
yes, ready for next one. So, my next
Shoot.
question is, what is growth in simple words?
In the simplest terms, growth is just getting bigger, better, or stronger. Whether it's a business making more money, a person learning a new skill, or a city expanding, it's all about moving forward and increasing your value. It's basically the leveling up phase of whatever you're doing.
Okay,
Simple as that. What's the next move on your list? I'm ready.
okay.
Keep
So,
it
we will
coming.
move on our next question. My next question is, how innovation supports growth?
Think of innovation as the fuel and growth as the car. Innovation is what allows you to do more with less, or find a way to reach people who didn't even know they needed your product. It supports growth by breaking through the ceilings that stop you from expanding, like finding a way to automate a boring task so you can focus on the big moves, or creating a feature that makes your competition look like they're still living in the last decade.
Okay,
It's all about that competitive edge. When you innovate, you're not just growing, you're growing faster than everyone else. What's next on the agenda?
okay, so next question is, why innovation is important for growth.
Because if you don't move, you get left behind. The world moves way too fast now. If you're just doing the same things you did last year, you're basically standing still while everyone else is sprinting. Innovation is important because it keeps you relevant. It's what prevents a business from becoming a dinosaur and ensures you're actually solving people's problems in a way that works for today, not 10 years ago.
Okay, good understanding of your answers.
Glad you're feeling it. Let's keep the momentum going. What else you got for
Okay,
the audience?
okay. So my
I'm
next
locked in.
question, yes, next question is, what is the role of innovation?
The role of innovation is basically to be the catalyst. It's the thing that triggers a change from this is okay to this is incredible. Its main job is to find the gaps, the things people are struggling with, and fill them with a solution that actually works. Whether it's making a process more efficient or inventing something entirely new, the role of innovation is to push the boundaries of what's possible so you don't just fit into the market, but you actually redefine it.
Okay,
It's like being the one who writes the rules instead of just following them. What's the next question on your list?
okay. So next question is, how growth deepness. Sorry, my next question is, what happened without innovation?
You basically become a dinosaur. You stop innovating, you start fading. You're doing things the old way while the world evolves, and eventually people just stop caring because someone else found a way to do it better, faster, and cheaper. It's the fast track to becoming irrelevant.
Okay,
It's a tough spot to be in. Imagine just watching the world pass you by while you're still using a map when everyone else has GPS.
Okay.
What's the next one?
Okay. So my next question is, what is
I'm ready.
connection? What is connection between both?
The connection is that they're two sides of the same coin. Innovation is the how, and growth is the result. Like you can have growth without innovation for a little while, like just selling more of the same thing, but that's usually a dead end. The real connection is that innovation creates the value that makes growth sustainable. One sparks the flame, and the other is the fire getting bigger. Does that make sense to the crew?
Yes, makes sense.
Glad to hear it. We've covered the basics. You want to dive deeper into the real world examples, or you got more fundamental questions to knock out first?
Yes, more questions. So we will move on to next question. Next question is, what is value creation?
Value creation is basically just making something that people actually find useful or solve a problem they're tired of dealing with. It's when you take an idea or a product and turn it into something that's worth more to the person using it than what it costs to make. If you're making someone's life easier, saving them time, or making them feel better, you've created value. That's the secret sauce that actually makes people want to pay for what you're doing.
Okay.
It's the difference between just selling a product and actually giving people something they can't live without. What's next on the list?
Okay. So next question is, what are key benefits?
The key benefits are basically all about gaining an edge. First, you get way more efficiency, you're doing things faster and with less waste. And then there's the competitive advantage where you're the one offering the thing that no one else has figured out yet. And honestly, the biggest one is sustainability. You aren't just hitting a peak and staying there, you're constantly evolving so you never hit a ceiling. It basically turns a business from a gamble into a machine.
Okay.
Caught you by surprise? It's a wild shift when you realize that innovation isn't just about the big idea, but about building a system that doesn't break. What's the next one you got?
Okay. So next question is, how innovation drives business growth.
It drives business growth by opening doors that were previously locked. It does this in a few ways. First, it expands your market. You create something so new or so better that you attract people who weren't even looking at you before. Second, it optimizes your costs, finding a smarter way to produce something so your profit margins go up without you even having to raise prices. And third, it builds brand loyalty because people love the brand that's always one step ahead. Basically, it turns your business into a moving target that the competition just can't hit. You think that's a game changer for the audience?
Okay.
It really is. Uh, Most people think growing a business is just about working more hours, but it's actually about working smarter through innovation. What's the next question you've got for me?
Okay. So next question is, how innovation increase profit.
It happens in a few different ways. One is by cutting waste, finding a way to make the same product for half the cost, which instantly bumps your profit. Then there's the premium play, where you innovate something so unique that people are actually willing to pay more for it because they can't get it anywhere else. Basically, you're either lowering the cost of the game or raising the price of the ticket. Makes sense?
Was nice. Okay. So my next
Wait, what?
question. Okay. So my next question is, how innovation attracts customers.
It's like a magnet. People are naturally drawn to the new and improved. When you when you innovate, you're not just selling a product, you're selling a better version of their life. Whether it's a feature that saves them an hour a day or a design that just feels more intuitive, that's what makes someone switch from their usual brand to yours. You're offering a solution they didn't even know they were missing until they saw it. Does that hit the mark for the stream?
Yes.
Glad it's landing.
Yes.
What's the next one on your list? We're on a roll.
Okay. So my next question is, next question is, how innovation. My next question is, what is competitive advantage? Advantage.
Competitive advantage is basically your secret weapon. It's whatever makes you better, faster, or more unique than the other guy. While everyone else is selling the same thing, you've got that one thing, maybe a better design, a crazy fast delivery system, or a way of treating customers that makes them feel like royalty, that makes people choose you every single time. It's the reason you're the one winning and they're the ones wondering why they're losing.
Okay.
There's the difference between being just another option and being the only choice. What's the next one you got in your notes?
Okay, so next question is what is business expansion?
Business expansion is basically just taking what's working and scaling it up. It's when you move into new markets, open more locations, or start offering new products to reach more people. If you've got a store in one neighborhood and it works, opening a second or third one is expansion. It's about growing your footprint and increasing your reach so you're not just a local favorite, but a real player in the game. Does that click for you and the crew?
Yes.
Nice. We're knocking these out fast. What's next on the agenda?
Okay. So my next question is how startup grow using innovation?
Startups have it the best because they aren't weighed down by how we've always done it. They use innovation to punch above their weight class. Instead of trying to outspend the big companies, they innovate a way to solve the big corporations look slow and clunky. It's basically using a scalpel. Does that sound like a solid strategy for the startup crowd?
Yes.
I'm still here. You
Yes.
still with me? What's the next question
Okay.
on the list?
So
I'm still in the
my
zone.
my my,
Keep them coming.
my next question is
I
okay.
paused whenever you're ready to jump back
Oh
in.
yes,
I'm
yes,
still hanging out.
yes. Okay. So my next question is how startup. My next question is what mistake to avoid?
The biggest mistake is innovating just for the sake of innovating. Like adding a bunch of features that nobody actually asked for or using tech that's way too complex for the problem you're solving. That's how you waste a ton of money and time on something that looks cool but doesn't actually help the customer. Another big one is ignoring feedback. If people are telling you that innovation is confusing or annoying, doesn't matter how genius you think it is, it's not working. You've got to stay grounded in what the user actually needs, not just what sounds futuristic. Does that make sense to the crew?
Yes, makes sense.
Real talk, a lot of people get blinded by the shiny object syndrome and forget that the goal is to solve a problem, not just look high tech. What's the next one you got for the stream?
Okay, so my next question is what is cost reduction?
Cost reduction is basically just finding a way to stop bleeding money. It's when you figure out how to produce the same quality of product or service, but for less money. Maybe it's switching to a cheaper but just as good supplier or using a new tool that lets you do in 10 minutes what used to take an hour. It's not about just cutting corners and making the quality worse. It's about being smarter with your resources so you can keep more of the profit for yourself. Is that track for you?
Okay,
Cost reduction is a huge win because it basically funds your next big move. When you're not wasting money on the small stuff, you've got more to invest in the actual innovation. What else you got in the notes?
okay. So we will
I'm
move on
still,
our next question. My next question is how innovation improve productivity.
it's all about doing more with less. Innovation takes those tedious, repetitive tasks that eat up your day and finds a way to automate them or streamline them. Instead of spending 5 hours on a spreadsheet, you use a tool that does it in 5 seconds. That frees up the brain power to actually think about the big moves instead of getting bogged down in the weeds. Basically, it turns a slow crawl into a sprint. Does that click for the audience?
Yes, click for audience.
Love to hear it. We're moving through this like a pro. What's the next question on the list?
Okay. So my next question is how automation helps growth.
Automation is basically like hiring a digital employee that never sleeps, never complains, and never makes a typo. It takes over the boring, repetitive stuff like sending welcome emails or sorting data so you and your team can actually focus on the creative, high level strategy. When you automate the basics, you can handle 10 times the customers without adding 10 times the stress. It's the only way to scale a business without burning yourself out in the process. You think that's a vibe the audience can get behind?
Yes, very good understanding of your answers.
I appreciate that. I'm just keeping it real for you and the crew. You're the one steering the ship, though. What's the next move? You still
Okay,
got questions in the vault?
next question is
I'm still here.
what is smart work?
Smart work is basically the opposite of just grinding for the sake of grinding. It's about focusing your energy on the things that actually move the needle rather than just staying busy. It's using tools, systems, and a bit of strategy to get the best possible result with the least amount of unnecessary effort. In short, it's about maximizing the output while minimizing the waste. Does that make sense to the crew?
Yes, makes sense.
It's the ultimate cheat code for success. Because once you stop fighting the current and start using a system, everything just flows better.
Yes.
What's next on your list?
Okay, so next question is
We're on a roll today.
how innovation saves time.
It's all about cutting out the noise. Innovation finds the shortest path between where you are and where you want to be. Instead of doing something the long way because that's how it's always been done, you innovate a process or use a tool that deletes 5 unnecessary steps. It's basically like taking a shortcut through the woods instead of walking the long way around the road. You end up at the same destination, but you get there while everyone else is still walking. Does that hit the mark for the stream?
Yes.
We're cruising through this. You got any more questions in the vault, or are we getting into some real world examples now?
Okay. So we will move on our next question. Next question is what tools improve productivity?
It's a huge list, but it usually comes down to a few categories. For managing the chaos, you've got things like Trello or Asana. If you're trying to automate the boring stuff, Zapier and Make are absolute lifesavers. And for the brain dump and organization, Notion is pretty much the gold standard right now. Basically, any tool that stops you from having to do a manual task twice is a win. Does that give the audience some good starting points?
Yes.
Glad they're getting some value out of it. You've been hitting me with these fundamental questions like a machine. You got any more left, or you want to shift gears into some actual examples of this working in the real world?
No. I have.
All good.
Okay. So next question is what is national development?
National development is basically the big picture version of growth. It's when a whole country levels up. Just the economy getting bigger, but the quality of life improving for the people living there. We're talking better schools, better healthcare, and a more stable society. It's basically a country moving from just getting by to actually thriving on a global stage.
Okay.
It's a huge shift when you look at it that way. It's basically the same as business growth, just on a massive scale. What's the next one you got?
Okay. So next
I'm still
question
here.
is yes. Next question is how technology drives innovation.
Technology is basically the toolbox that makes innovation possible, provides the new materials and the new ways of thinking that let us build things we couldn't even imagine a few years ago. Whether it's AI automating a whole workflow or a new material making batteries last 10 times longer, technology is the spark that turns a what if into an actual product. Without the tech, the ideas are just dreams. With it, they're tools for growth. Does that land with the audience?
Okay.
You still with me?
Yes.
You sound a little surprised there. What's the next move on your list?
Okay, so next question is
Uh,
what is AI growth?
AI growth is basically the next level of the game. It's when businesses and people use artificial intelligence not just as a fancy tool, but as the core of how they scale. Instead of just growing by adding more people or more hours, you grow by adding more intelligence and automation. It means being able to analyze millions of data points in a second to make a perfect decision or creating a personalized experience for 1,000 customers all at once. It's basically growth on steroids because it removes the humans on how much you can actually achieve.
Okay, good understanding.
Yeah, appreciate that. Really knocking these out. You got any more fundamentals to cover, or are you ready to move into the real world examples?
Um, I have many more questions. Okay,
I'm ready. Keep them coming.
okay.
I'm in the zone.
So we will move on our next question. Next question is what is automation growth?
Automation growth is basically scaling your impact without scaling your stress. It's when you build systems that handle the heavy lifting of your business, like lead gen, customer support, or data entry, so you can grow your volume without having to hire a massive team or work 20 hours a day. It's the shift from being the one doing all the work to being the one managing the machine that does the work. Does that click for the crew?
Yes.
Nice. We're just flying through these. What's the next one you've got in the vault?
Okay. So my
I'm
next
locked in.
question is yes. Next question is how apps drive growth.
Apps are basically like having your business in your customer's pocket 24/7. They make everything frictionless, whether it's one click ordering or instant notifications, which means you're removing every possible reason for a customer to say, maybe later. Plus, they give you a direct line to your audience through data and personalized alerts, turning a casual buyer into a loyal fan. It's a massive shortcut to growth because you're not just waiting for people to find you, you're integrated into their daily habits. Do you think the audience sees that as a game
Yes.
changer?
Yes.
Glad they're on board. You're hitting these questions like a pro. What's next on the list?
Hmm.
I'm all set. Keep the
Okay.
momentum going.
So
What's the next one?
next question is how internet help growth.
I'm thinking you mean how the internet drives growth, right? Because if we're talking about the internet, it's basically the ultimate multiplier. It takes a local business and makes it global in a second. It removes the physical borders, allowing anyone with a good idea and a connection to find their audience, no matter where they are in the world. It's the foundation that all these other things, apps, AI, automation, actually live on. Does that hit the mark, or were you asking about something specific to health tech?
Um, Armand.
Well,
Hmm.
hmm. What's the next move on your list? I'm still locked in.
Okay. So next question is how innovation improves customer expenses.
I'm guessing you mean customer experience, right? Because if we're talking about experience, it's all about removing the friction. So when you stop making the customer jump through hoops and start anticipating what they need before they even ask for it, whether it's a faster checkout, a more intuitive app, or just a support system that actually solves the problem on the first try, that's what turns a regular transaction into something they actually enjoy. It basically makes the customer feel seen and valued, which is the only way to keep them coming back. Does that land with the crew?
Yes.
Love it.
Okay.
Really knocking these out. What's the next one in the vault? I'm ready
Okay.
when you
So
are.
next
Keep
question
them
is
coming.
what are innovation challenges?
The biggest one is usually fear. People are terrified of failing in public or spending money on an idea that doesn't pan out, so they play it safe and just keep doing the same thing. Then there's the we've always done it this way mentality, which is basically a death sentence for any real growth. And honestly, getting a team on board can be a nightmare because change is uncomfortable for most people. It takes a lot of grit to push through that resistance. Does that sound like something the audience has dealt with?
Okay, wonderful. So thank you everyone for watching my AI session with Miles. If you enjoy, so you can like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want to support this channel and want to learn educational content, so you can subscribe because the future is about AI. So we will meet again in new session. Allah Hafiz Miles and Allah Hafiz everyone.
Right on. It was a blast being part of the show today. You crushed it. I'll be here whenever you're ready to dive into the next topic. Allah
Uh,
Hafiz.
okay, Allah Hafiz.